Yes, we're still waiting on the state to approve our lease. They've decided that since the electrolysis board is also in this building's being sold with the contingency that all of the state offices have moved out. The electrolysis board is a little bit behind our progress in moving forward. So the state leasing facility office has decided to not approve our lease until which time they're also able to approve the electrolysis. I understand that we are getting closer to that, however. So I'm hoping sometime in August to move. But I did want to ask this board if they could, for permission to do something. And that is that, as all of the board members know, I also work for the Interior Design Board. And prior to moving into this building and having this shared conference room, the Interior Design Board had the luxury of going to a restaurant for a board meeting or going to different interior design firms around the Baton Rouge area and just using the conference room for free. The Interior Design Board at this point in time does not own its own conference table, chairs, or anything. Now that I've got Mr. Phillips, Mr. Burns, and his video camera, and because of them attending the Interior Design Board meetings, I now have Deputy Landry there also. It's put the Interior Design Board in a position where we can't just go sit in the middle of a restaurant and have a meeting, and we certainly can't ask an interior design firm to take all of this on so that we can meet there for free. My question to this board is, when we first move into the building, would you guys allow the Interior Design Board to use the conference table and chairs that will be in the auctioneer's board meeting until which time they're able to acquire their own furniture?
We don't need a motion for that, we need a vote.
I don't have any problem with that, but we worked with the design, with that board
Well,
when we were in the old location.
Yes, those two boards at one time were married,
Yeah,
if you
we
want to say,
alternated.
and shared everything.
Shared everything.
Why don't
Right.
they split the cost with us on like the chairs and
Well, I can definitely,
why don't we do that?
you know, and I'm gonna tell you this, my other board is very amicable in these types of situations. However, with the latest political or whatever you want to classify them with, I'm not so sure that they want to go back into some type of joint venture with this board at this point in time.
Oh, well, if they do,
So
It's a good
they're
suggestion.
looking to get their own.
yeah.
So they just need it for one meeting.
They're looking for just until which time they can acquire their own, which I've already priced, but it just has to be ordered and delivered.
Well, that shouldn't be a
kind of
problem.
thing.
Does anybody have a problem with
So-
that?
I don't have a problem
I
with
don't
it.
have a problem. Anybody else? Friday?
No, I was just wondering, was he making a motion or was he just stating?
Oh, I didn't know we needed a motion.
No, we don't need a
I don't think we need a motion, but
She was just asking if anybody
What
had a problem.
I
I
really
just think
didn't
it'd be
think,
good to share the expenses.
Well, and I can
Cut
ask-
our costs.
I will ask them.
Yeah.
I'll ask them. I'll not make the decision for them. I'll
Yeah.
ask them. But I just didn't want to assume that it would be okay, and then Mr. Phillips and Mr. Burns report back to you that they were using your furniture. That's
And
it.
what was that necessary?
Just because.
Y'all go to that
Excuse
meeting?
me?
Yes,
go
they
to
do.
it and they take
They
that
go
meeting.
to it and it's videotaped.
Why?
Two of the last
What I'm
three, I
curious
should
about,
say.
Why
why?
would y'all go to that meeting?
I mean, they have nothing to do with
But I
it.
mean, y'all go to all the public meetings?
I go to quite a few.
Oh.
And I have a very good interest in interior design, doing things that we do, what my wife does. So I don't just go there sitting in there.
But you didn't have any interest in that board since I was hired in 2007, until which time it became a situation with this board where you guys try to make me uncomfortable in my position, and then you started showing up at
I
my
actually
job.
look at it on the internet, and I'm always looking at renderings and certain things on the internet as I divulge to that board. So it's not something that I just am not interested in or not aware of. So I don't know why she would preface the statement like that, Mr. Phillips, Mr. Burns, coming in when,
Well, she said it earlier Friday.
yes ma'am, but I'm just saying, we come into the meeting, it's a public meeting. Is that something wrong?
No, she said that they can't go to restaurants anymore
Why?
because Mr. Burns stands up and videotapes the
Because
meeting.
videoing people's privacy in public.
Yeah.
It's not a member of that board or this board.
Restaurants
It is
don't
a
want us-
public meeting,
That don't
emphasis,
matter,
yes it does.
No, it does.
Yes it does, emphasis on the word public.
Aren't you a guest here?
I am, but if I'm gonna be talked about in,
Robert, all I'm saying is this, if I was in that restaurant and wasn't part of either one of that board, you would have no right to film me or record me. without my written consent permission.
You are correct on that.
Right, and
Exactly,
that's why.
that's what I'm saying.
Wait, repeat that?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, repeat what you just said.
You cannot go into a public restaurant. Now, I want you to get this good and straight.
There you go.
Don't worry.
You
it's got
cannot go
receipt.
in a restaurant. If I am not part of this board or that design board, and I'm sitting in there eating and you're filming in my face, you cannot do that.
Well, of course not.
Well, then it sounds like to me you're out of line in a public restaurant doing what
He
you're
has
doing.
not, let me say this, he has not. I said prior to
Yeah, we-
him coming to the meetings with his video camera,
They
the
used
board
to.
met.
They'd be able to go to a
Restaurant.
restaurant.
Yeah, we would get a conference room.
But we're no
basically,
longer-
at
All right,
the
do we need a
restaurant.
motion to have this cooperative arrangement with the design board?
Yeah, but the design board don't wanna be with us
Design
because of
sound
all
like
this
they don't
stuff
want no
that's
part
going
of
on.
Well, on a temporary
Yeah,
basis.
Yeah, but just, I think it's just the use of the furniture that we want to make sure everybody was fine with that here.
I don't have a
Everybody's
problem
fine
with
with
you.
it, okay.
No.
All right, so let's move on. Okay, so we're finished with the office relocation and we're all.
So when the lease is approved, I'll let you guys know.
Thank
All right.
you. Okay, number 5.